Let's talk about loading your piping bag. In your kit, you received a container of thick white acrylic paint, a number 21 star tip piping tip, a coupler set, a spatula, and 2 piping bags. Every kit is hand assembled and there may be slight variations in selection based on my sourcing options. So your supplies may not look exactly like this, but you should have each of these things. There are a few supplies that I recommend that you probably have in your house that will just make things a little bit easier for you. First, we have an old jar, a pair of scissors, saran wrap, and parchment paper. Let's get started loading our piping bag. First, you will take one piping bag and cut about an inch off the top. Next, you will open the bag and place the inside part of the coupler inside. The easiest way to do this is by putting it on your finger and sliding it into the bag. It's okay if your bag does extend past the coupler, we just want enough space for the paint to come through the top. Now we will put on our piping tip and the top part of the coupler. Next, take your jar, put your piping bag in, open the bag at the top, and roll it down around the outside of the jar. It is okay if you cannot see the piping tip or the coupler. The paint doesn't have to go directly into it. We'll just fill this like a funnel. Next, we'll take our acrylic paint and our spatula and load in the paint. You do not have to use the whole jar at once. I recommend doing the whole smaller jar or half of the larger jar, but it is up to you. I just prefer not to refill too many times. Now we'll put the lid back on so none of that remaining stuff dries out. In the meantime, you will want to make sure you clean the paint off of your silicone spatula. You can already see that it's drying a little bit through the really thin parts. I usually leave a cup of warm water near the sink to put all of my used utensils into it as I create, and that way I don't have to clean every single step of the way, but that nothing is left to dry and get damaged. Now to remove the piping bag, you will just roll it up and remove it from the jar. From here, we'll squish out all these air bubbles. Start from the end and push your paint into the tip. That way you don't have any air bubbles that will cause issues in your final piping. From here, it would be very difficult to work with as it's lying flat. So what you'll do is bring it in, twist the bag. By twisting the bag, we are sealing it here so that the paint can't squeeze out the top as you move through the process. And from here, you're going to keep the bulk of this in the palm of your hand and you're going to control it by squeezing. The more you squeeze, the more will come out by increasing the pressure. And to reduce the pressure, you just let go. What are we waiting for? Let's make something.